I'm Silver.
I'm Kai.
Wesley.
Keisha.
Pleona, hi.
Mom's here again.
So we just watched 3 episodes of Nice Guy.
Wanted to watch number 4. We did.
We weren't ready for this. When when Goku asked us to watch
let
this.
her do the beginning.
Go Silver.
No, what you talk.
No family guy.
When Goku asked
Kai.
us to watch this, and we did, and the first episode, we were like, "What?" The beginning, we were like, "This is some bullshit." What is he? What did he ask us to watch?
Dude,
It was stupid.
This dude
This is
sacrificing
bullshit.
himself for this female, and we just like, oh hell no! You left your sister.
Like, this ain't Nice Guy. This is stupid guy.
Right? Like you left your sister who's dying to go play with some chick, and then she murdered somebody and tripping, and you decide to take the rap for her, not realizing or not taking into consideration what is going to happen to your sister while you in prison.
And her big goal in life is to be a reporter, and you
being a reporter is more important than me being a doctor and saving lives.
Okay. Me
being a doctor
I don't want to look at this.
Matter.
I don't want to look at this.
We done.
So
we get to the end.
But you said we got to look at it because we
got to the end of the episode.
And we went, oh, let's see the next one.
What the fuck?
This is getting good.
I mean, we were like, excuse me.
It was confusing. I will say this. In the first episode, I thought we had transitioned into the second episode, and they were like, no, we're still in episode 1. And I was like, it's choppy because he was in jail for 5 years, and it says 6 years later, and then it was like it was some con artist chick, and who was this dude? And then we basically had to piece together that this was the same dude that took care of his sister. That's who he called when he said he wouldn't come home. And then it's like
then they was in Japan.
Then it was the rich chick, the daughter, and the reporter chick, and now it was just so confusing, but it was really good.
And the daughter has this permanent bitch look on her face. And
I
don't like this girl.
We're like, we don't like
she's
this bitch.
Crazy.
She's crazy.
I like the crazy and bitch. Now I love her.
And now we sitting up here like, go girl. Get it done. Yes.
It was just a selfish bitch. I just couldn't stand.
The opportunistic, selfish bitch.
We find out. Okay, so we find out towards the end of episode 1, the chick that he took a rap for
is the
selfish bitch. She done run off, got married to this big.
No, they not married yet.
Well, they almost.
She becomes the mistress.
She becomes the mistress, has a kid.
A selfish trifling bitch.
She's a selfish trifling.
And she's not even reaching her goal of being a reporter.
So
y'all.
when you're trying to figure out who the hell we're talking to, the selfish bitch is the reporter bitch who. The doctor took the rap for the murder. I don't know. He said
Han GD or something. Whatever.
What do we call the daughter?
Yeah.
Jahe.
Yeah.
No, Jahe. No, Jahe.
We don't know. It doesn't matter. It does not matter.
Anyway, the one that got him to take the rap for him.
So we get into that shit, and it's like, whoa. So he says, bitchy girl. Then she feels indebted to him, so she goes give him money, and then the bitchy girl, gave him a gift. Yeah, she gave him money too.
Oh, because he saved her from the motorcycle accident.
No, I'm talking about the selfish bitch gave him money.
Oh yeah,
and then the bitch face.
Oh yeah.
The bitch face is the daughter.
Yeah, she was like.
Okay, we got to get these folks straight so
that's
folks
what I was
can
trying to
follow
say.
us.
Bitch face is the evil daughter who is running the company.
The crazy daughter.
The selfish bitch was the reporter who he took the rap for. So just in case you guys are wondering, wait, I'm confused. Who are we talking about? This is what we're talking about.
So the mistress decided. She was going to give him money and, to be like, oh, thanks for saving my life and my reputation, blah, 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 blah.
Now forget about me.
And then,
forget
about me. So he's like, I don't want your money. Whatever else. Meanwhile, the crazy
wait a minute.
daughter
Can we backtrack a little bit?
Okay, go ahead.
We backtrack. Is the girl, the rich girl who's the bitch girl? She has some sort of disease that makes her faint and get sick.
Yeah, she has.
And
a heart
she
condition.
did this on the plane and fell into him in
Yeah.
his arms.
Yeah.
And he thought that she was coming on to him until she fell to the floor.
Yeah,
And he had to save her life.
had to do
And that was
emergency
the
tray.
meeting of the
Yeah.
opportunistic bitch and him after all
Again.
these years.
Yeah.
And he finds out that she's
Ma-
with this girl's father.
Right.
That's her stepdaughter. No, they must be
Yeah.
married because she
Uh-huh.
said my daughter, stepdaughter. And that the little boy sitting over there is the rich man's kid and her kid.
Right.
And will you please save this girl's life?
Right.
And she's sitting up there, and oh my God. So he saves her life and all that jazz. And we get back to what I was saying before. So she gives him, what, isn't it? $100 million?
$100,000.
$100,000 in U.S. terms. In theirs, it was won. It was.
But the
won.
daughter is keeping track of everything.
Yeah,
this girl
so and
does.
she
She's
was
on her
like,
shit.
so why did you do that? And blah, blah, blah. So the
This
opportunist bitch decides, she's like, oh, he blackmailed me. Everybody's like,
Really?
this bitch here.
Again.
Again. Really? So the other
Right.
chick decides, because the other chick had this, like, whatever. She had this
Well,
like
she figured-
charge. She had this charge out on her for drug possession when she was in America, and that's what she said the blackmail was for. So the crazy bitch,
The rich crazy.
the rich crazy bitch,
Called her
decides,
bluff and said,
Called her
okay,
bluff.
if he's blackmailing you, let's sue him for it.
Let's have him arrested.
and it did.
Pretty much.
And they brought him in and everything. His sister was crying and in the rain, blah, blah, blah.
Sick, pass out.
Sick,
hospital.
pass out, but we'll get that. Anyway, but yeah, so she sits there at the table because they're going to have cross-examination. And she basically says the biggest lie ever. She,
goes,
said,
yes, this man blackmailed me.
and we like, this bitch here.
And that's
Right.
exactly what
And he
his
threatened
face-
my family, so I had
facial
to-
His facial expression was like,
This bitch.
this bitch.
She doing it to me again.
And like,
Can't wait for
yeah, he didn't say anything.
He
had already-
He took the
he had
fifth. He
just-
didn't plead one way or
Yeah.
the other. He took the fifth.
He also had just returned the money. And it's just like, you sit up here and you watch this and you just like, this bitch here.
Now, if it wasn't for him returning the money, they would have found it in his house and he would have been charged. But they didn't have any evidence. Where's the money?
Because they couldn't find the
They
money.
couldn't find the money.
And plus, he didn't make a plea anyway. He didn't make any statement.
Right.
So they couldn't hold anything against him.
So we get back to the house and the maid comes up to the woman, the opportunist bitch, after she gets back to the house. And it's like, oh, this is a package for you. And it was the money, of course. And
The daughter sees this.
the daughter sees this,
Oh, shit.
and she brings it up, and she goes once again saying, "Yeah, actually, I couldn't actually. I got the money back because he didn't do his job. His job was to kill you
On the airplane.
on the airplane,
Once again.
bitch. What the? This bitch here." And it's just like,
Because
okay.
that was what the girl had originally thought anyway, because
Yeah.
they had told the girl when she woke up that the guy who didn't have a doctor's license and her stepmother knew each other. And so the girl kind of suspected that, oh, this guy was to kill me, you know, and he made me worse. And so she played into that and said, well, you know, I got the money back because he didn't do his job because he was supposed to kill you on the airplane.
Yeah. So
And we going, darn, she
Oh my
just sinking him
goodness.
further and further down in the ground.
So then
He's gonna
he,
kick in the
after her dad puts her through, like, you're a moron, you're crazy, you're this terrible
For
ass
doing the
person.
right thing.
For doing the right thing. I mean, her dad is absolutely
well, what it
atrocious.
is, what the right thing is she made an agreement with the union workers. They have this.
We don't need to get that far in detail. We on time limit. We
okay.
on time limit. We got to deal with
yeah,
that.
I just
been
wanted-
that long
That's
already?
fine.
Good
Yes,
Really?
Lord.
it has.
Oh no, last review was 15 minutes.
Good Lord.
Well, I wasn't gonna be that.
Anyway. So he was mad at her
She
for
was
doing the right
treating the
thing.
workers fair.
She was
and her
being a
daddy
good
doesn't
person,
want it.
and her dad is a greedy ass motherfucking asshole. Anyway, moving on. So after all this, she decides to get a doll, get on her motorcycle, and she goes for
It's a Barbie doll.
her Barbie doll,
Okay.
and goes for a spin on the motorcycle, y'all. She just going on a spin.
Indeed.
And here comes our hero.
So does Mr. Medical School Dropout. He gets on his bike and rides, and they on the same trail. And they just kind of ride on together. And then there's a log out there. There's an accident. He falls off, but he's not hurt.
He saves her life.
She has no brakes, so she goes over a cliff. She's hanging by a root, and she's about to fall. And he goes, oh.
And then she freaks out because the
we forgot to
motorcycle
say,
is off the
he
cliff
is so sexy.
and the doll is in the satchel. So she freaks out. He goes to get it. He loses, or with a branch that he tied himself off with falls, so he breaks a couple of ribs in the hospital. She feels indebted. What did I say?
The branch.
Yeah.
It was a rope.
It's a rope.
What was the rope attached to?
No, the rope.
The rope.
The rope. It wasn't the branch. The rope.
The rope.
Okay.
The rocks cut the rope into.
So all of that took place. She had been thinking about it. He put her in her place. And she came back. He was gone. Somebody continued. What else happened?
She meanwhile, the opportunist female is just laying it on thick, trying to get this man to officially marry her in front of all these people so she can get all the money and all this kind of other stuff.
Because she finds out that the father needs a transplant, and the daughter has already gone and found out she's a match, and she's going to give it. And the opportunist bitch go, oh no, don't do that, because you're the future of the company.
Let me do it.
Let me do it. I done already had tests, and and it doesn't matter whether I die or not,
So she has played the president into her hands by this, and then lays it on even thicker in the car, saying, this is what a wife should do. I considered you my family, and I always considered
even though everybody in the family treat me like I don't exist.
And so he gets upset, was like, we must do something. How should we do this? Let's go ahead and make this marriage official. So she's making sure that her son has a secure future.
She wants to make sure she gets. We find out that when she came in, she had the rich man's wife kicked out the house.
Yep.
And the daughter probably would have fought it, but the daughter said, "I'm not leaving. I'm gonna stay here and I'm gonna fight, and nobody gonna take what belongs to me."
Right.
And so that's how they end up. But the way it's going is the girls, by doing this, getting him the mirror and laying it on strong. Plus, she's coming on to his right-hand man, his lawyer, because she know he fell in love with her before the husband did.
Right.
And she's just sucking him in.
And the web keeps getting bigger.
And she's just weaving a web, and she tells her little 4-year-old boy,
we matter.
You're going to have it all.
Right.
You're going to get the company and everything when your daddy dies.
And don't let it go.
So, speed up. He gets out the hospital, finds out that his sister feels bad and thinks that he did blackmail, and she said, stop doing stuff to pay for my hospital bill. So she leaves and off to go find her biological mother. And he finds out
who's trailer trash.
Oh my God, beyond her. So he goes after her, and is stopped by the bitch face girl, the daughter. And she follows him, jumps in the car. They head to whatever city the sister is in to go save her. And this girl gets to witness how dysfunctional his life really is. And she falls in love. You can't tell me she ain't in love. We at the end of episode 3. Yes. And you can't tell me that she in love right now.
Not fall in love with
somebody.
She had this look on her face like, I thought my life was a bitch, but this guy's life is worse than mine. We got 1 minute to explain the last of it when he pulls up to the house after everybody's asleep in the car, and he watches.
So let us pause for a moment. We'll be right back.